Alright, and now today another game to talk about, and this time I'm going to talk about this one game that you have never played before, never seen, never heard of. Alright, take your guesses, I'm leaving it in 3, 2, and 1. The game is...
Element of surprise!
You have been clickbaited, bitch. Speaking of clickbait, if you're saying this, please don't kill me, the joke had to be made. Anyways, let's not waste more of your time and on the video.
So what is perfection exactly? I know this is an impossible question to answer, but let's do it because why not? And what I'm trying to answer here is, when can you go out and say this game is perfect without getting absolutely bullied? Also, disclaimer. First, the things I'm going to say are just my opinion. Second, it only applies to TD inspired games, and this specific subgenre only. Now, the most important thing in survival horror games is to limit the player's abilities in comparison to the horror they are supposed to survive. Anything the player can do, the monster should be able to do it better. But when it comes to TD inspired games, things get a bit different. The rules still hold up, but making the monster that much powerful will make the game boring and non-interesting to play. And this reminds us of Pillar Chase. But I heard they fixed it, and it's not even TD inspired, so let us ignore it for now. So the point I'm trying to make here is make the game strike the feelings of dread and horror upon the players, while also making it balanced. So when you are making a game, you should keep in mind that every decision you make help you deliver those feelings to the player, which lead up to our next points. Fear and horror, etc. are the things you want the player to experience in a typical scary game. However, when it comes to TD inspired games, again, things get different, since here you are actually supposed to fight back the monster and not just run away. And what better feeling it is than maxing out your danger time against a bloodlusted EXE. The feeling of adrenaline and euphoria should be present. But you see, in TD, it's not just you. It's you with 6 other randoms against a blue devil. And horror games that offer multiplayer like Repo, for example, are not scary at all. So you don't want your player to experience teamwork while also preserving the horror element. So far we covered that you need to deliver intense feelings like euphoria and fear while also giving your players the experience of working in a team. What is next? I'm going to say something to you guys. Would you really play TD if it was not about Sonic? Would you really play TD if it did not have your favorite survivor? Me personally, there is a high chance that I am not touching that game. TD allows you to experience it as your favorite character, which is our third pillar. Experience certain fantasies as your favorite character, or as we call it, fantasy appeal. So you want the player to experience intense feelings, experience teamwork, make their fantasy come true. What next? The fourth and the final one is to strike the feelings of nostalgia. You want them to remember the great moments they had in Resident Evil while they are playing your game. And there isn't much to say about this section with the video, to be honest. Now I need to prove my point, don't I? Well, let's see popular game on the market and see how do they use the 4 pillars of disaster.
Bro, I fucking love this name so fucking much, bro. Like, 4 pillars of disaster. Doesn't it sound so badass and cool?
Anyway, first we got none other than DC. DC mainly allows the player to have the TD experience, but with characters outside of the Sonic fandom. And that is the whole point of the game basically. Next, we got Reborn. It's still in development, but we have plenty of info. It's supposed to be a one-to-one recreation of TD, so we can say it uses the 4th pillar, nostalgia. And for little updates, they are planning to add fan favorites like Rewallet and LOL-X, and also 2017X, which means they'll use both the 4th and the 3rd pillars. And you might be wondering, what about outcome memories? The OM situation is quite confusing, since we have only seen emotes and skins getting added, which does not make that game relevant to our conversation. But I'm waiting for the release. And for other games, why even bother? No offense if you are working on your own game, but if you want me to talk about it, here's my Discord. I'm gonna drop it on the description. So, just like pretty much everyone, I wanted to make my own Sonic survival horror game. But the only thing I have is an unfinished game design document. But let me tell you my ideas. For the game, it's going to be Mobius Flames of Disaster. That is the name. Now, why there is Sonic in the name? Because this is not a Sonic.exe game. And Flames of Disaster is a reference to the event of Sonic 06. So if you're a big fan of novels, you may love the game. But I'm not going to twist the lore just yet. What I'm planning to do definitely is to add evil variation of the main cast that were featured in official Sonic media, like Filled by Sonic for example. And on the gameplay side, I was planning on a lot of Ultra Kill recently, and it's a big game by the way. And I noticed how the weapons interact with the environment and with other weapons. So what if the abilities in TD were able to do the same? And third, I want to adapt a low poly pixel art style to make it feel like a retro game. And this is all about me, and on to the next chapter. So what did we learn today? If you fell asleep during this whole yap session, then I don't really blame you. But let me summarize it. In short, video games are more than just 3D models with 2 lines of code and stolen music from the 90s. It is an emotional experience. You as a developer have the ability to control feelings of the players. And while making your game, you should ask yourself before every decision you make, will this contribute to the experience in any way possible? And how will this make the player feel? And for the TD folks, don't just try to recreate TD. Try to give us the same experience, try to give us back those great moments we had and great memories we created. Having the same models and the same art style don't exactly mean that your game feels the same as TD. You can deliver those feelings without killing your creativity and following the same formula as everyone else. Make your own shit. Make it different so we can tell the difference between your game and the other ones. Use your time to give us an experience similar to TD with adding your own ideas, not giving us another prototype that we can't even play. Anyways, thanks for listening and see you next time.